Hello, how was your weekend? It was good, thank you. Did you have a lot of homework on weekend? Yes, I did. I have lots of homework on weekend. Oh no, that's no fun. If you didn't have homework on weekend, what would you do? I would play computer games all the week. Hello, how are you today? I hope it was a good conversation with you today. Did you notice something in that conversation? Let's see. The teacher said, if you didn't have a lot of homework, what would you do? And the student said, I would play computer games. I would play computer games. So, here we have something we should notice. The first sentence we have a tense. It's a past simple because I have did plus infinitive, did plus infinitive. This is the first tense and the first sentence. The second sentence that the student said is, I would play computer games. So would play, here we're talking about future event, something that are not going to be true in the future because you are imagining. So here we have, if I didn't have a lot of homework, what would you do? What will happen in the future? But because you're imagining, I would play computer games. I would play computer games. And here we can replace would and put could here. But with good here will give you a meaning of options or choices. Options or choices. So the sentence will be, if you didn't have a lot of homework, you could play computer games. So here we give you an option. So you give yourself something like an option or a choice to do it, because I didn't have a lot of homework on weekends. So what will you do? What would you do? I would play computer games. So here could for choices and options, and would for future events that are not going to be true because you are imagining. Okay, let's go to the board and give a lot of examples to understand this grammar. The first sentence would be that if I won the lottery, I would buy a new house. If I won the lottery, I would buy the new house. So here we have a future event that I'm imagining that will happen. How? If I won the lottery. So here is the first thing. I'm imagining that if I won the lottery, I would buy a new house. I will in the future buy a new house if I have this thing. If I did this thing, I would buy a new house. And here we can replace would and put could here. How? It will be like this. If I won the lottery, I could buy a new house. I could buy a new house. Okay, let's see. So here, could means to have the capability or the ability to do something, but here could give you like options and choices. Options and choices. How? Let's see. If I won the lottery, if I could have a chance to win the lottery, I could buy a new house. So I have the ability, I can do it because I have a chance, I have a choice, I have an option to do this thing, right or not? This will be good for you and something really amazing, right or not? Okay. Let's see another example to understand it carefully. If I met the Queen of England, I would say hello. If I met the Queen of England, I would say hello. So here we have, I'm imagining that if I have a chance of I meet this Queen of England, I would say hello to her. I would give me a chance to do it, but I'm imagining, I think I want to do it, but I can't in reality. So here I can replace would by could. How? It will be an example like this. If I met the Queen of England, I could say hello. I could say hello. So here I will give me an option or a choice to do this thing. Okay. So here, if I have a chance to meet the Queen of England, I will go to her. I can go to her to say hello. But now I can't because I am just imagining. Let's see another example. She would pass the exam if she studied. She would pass the exam if she studied. Okay, this means she never studies, so it won't happen. She didn't study in the past. How can she pass the exam? This is the meaning of it. Here, we can use the second conditional if to talk about things in the future that are not probably going to happen or going to be true. Why? Because you're imagining, like these examples that we talk today. You can use it to talk about something in the present which is impossible to happen, How is that? How does that happen? Let's see the example and tell you. If I had his number, I would call him. If I had his number, I would call him. This means I don't have his number now, but it's impossible to call him. It's impossible to call him. Why? Because I don't have his number now. How can I call him? If I have his number, I would call him. This is the meaning of it. And last thing we're going to talk about is all the pronouns comes with were, because the be in the past were. If you say, if I was happy, I would play games. If I was happy, I would play games. Here you talk about reality, but if you bring were in this situation, in this example, so it will give you the meaning of imagination. When you imagine, you can use all the pronouns comes with were in the past. Okay.
What would you do if someone occupied your land? What would you do if someone occupied your land?
I wouldn't smile yet if I were you. I wouldn't smile yet if I were you.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. I wouldn't do that if I were you.